Hennig, Mr. Perfect. Everything in my life has been absolutely perfect. And it's a lot of people's dream to be perfect. But with me, see, it's no dream. It's reality. It's life. And take the simple game of bowling. It's everybody's dream to bowl the perfect game. Well, being Mr. Perfect, you sit back on the couch, you put your feet up, and you relax because you are going to witness the perfect.
Hey, Curt Hennig fans. Hello. Welcome to another episode of Nobody Beats Mr. Perfect. I'm sorry. Nobody Beats Curt Hennig. Nobody. On our perfect podcast today, we are actually going to watch something spectacular. It was a main event between Curt and Hercules Hernandez, who would just become Hercules there at the end. So, really cool. Excuse me, I'm still getting over my cold, my sinus cold. Um, just a little update. Looks like history of the pro wrestling around the world. I don't know if they got their account deactivated or if they actually got popped for copyright reasons. I hope the latter is not the reason why they're no longer there. But all my bookmarks went completely away. So I will try to show some matches. I'll see if I can get some like on YouTube or whatever. But I'm sorry to see history of pro wrestling around the world go because they had a really they had a lot of really cool matches, a lot of older matches that really were cool to see and watch along too. So I hope they do come back to X, and they show wrestling matches again because it was a lot of fun to watch all that. I do have some things pulled up, and now they're only like a couple of seconds to even a couple of minutes long, which is not the same thing, but at least we can watch something. Um, also, for my Black Magic Talk fans, I might be doing something um, a little later. Might be recording another episode. So I'm actually recording this on the 7th. You guys probably won't see this till the 23rd, second or 23rd or whatever. But so if you do check that out, if you are a Black Magic Talk fan, I'm going to do something. I promise. I'm just still kind of, back and forth between what I want to do. I also have a match pulled up between Ricky Steamboat, excuse me, and Rick Rude. It was for the U.S. title. It was a dark match on June 25th, 1992. Pretty cool, pretty cool. So let's go ahead and well, I wanted to talk because before we get to that, I did want to talk about the heel turn. If you do watch Pro Wrestling Talk, I know I already kind of said this, but the fact that John Cena turned after about 20 years, I mean, it is what it is, guys. You guys always already knew what I was going to say pretty much about this. I mean, it is what it is. I do like the fact that Punk, now this is going to be the 23rd, so you guys will have already known about this for a while. And of course, we're still waiting for, to see what happens on SmackDown if Cody comes out. Again, this is March 7th. And tonight, March 7th, SmackDown will be coming out. But it's interesting that it would happen now. I know my host for Pro Wrestling Talk said that he kind of felt it coming, but thought, nah, it couldn't happen, right? Even though he was like, well, I mean, maybe it could. We'll see. Just one second. So even if he was thinking, oh, it could happen, but it really didn't happen, or it did happen, and everyone was shocked about it. But then CM Punk on Raw on Monday just came out all savage, and he came out with that emotion for Cody. Not that he has love for Cody, but I mean, I'm sure they have mutual respect, and just him being so raw and so savage to not only The Rock, but also John Cena, saying, oh, I knew for years that you were not who you said you were and that you were feeding all those kids bull for years. Um, interesting that it would come out like that. I do think that, and CM Punk is really growing on me. I don't know why he's growing on me. I love the way he's so savage and so raw and so out there, that he could actually say that about, that, oh, Rock and Cena are actually bald frauds. I think Cena's going bald. And then, of course, The Rock is bald. So, the way he just came out there and was really savage about it, it seemed like a shoot promo, which is, everyone knows, if you don't, that's where they come out and tell the truth about people. So interesting that would actually come out, from Punk. Not that, I mean, and then he sort of like moved his attention to, oh well, Seth Rollins, Becky Lynch, come and get your man because I'm going to put him in the hospital or something like that. And that was really interesting. Like I said, very savage when it comes to, like I said, it seemed like a shoot promo, to tell the truth. It really seemed like Cena was really into it. Or not Cena, excuse me, that Punk was really into it. And just that raw emotion. And, again, it sounded like a shoot promo. But then of course the Rollins thing, he went right into a promo. So like a shoot and then like a promo. So that's what it seemed to me. But like I said, Punk has a lot of passion, and I know that he loves the wrestling business. It's been his bread and butter, and he's really, really adapted himself. I was watching something the other day where they were talking about how, CM Punk was always the first one in every morning, and then, the last one to leave every night. That road life can be very, very harsh, but I mean, CM Punk really dedicated himself to the craft of pro wrestling. And that's something I like to see because Curt did the same thing. So there's a lot of similarities I see between Punk and Curt when it comes to the pro wrestling scene. I know Curt really respected the business. He knew the business up and down. Punk seems to be that way, even though Punk is not second generation like Curt was. He didn't really grow up around the business, but he grew up with certain heroes, I'm sure. But I just, CM Punk is really growing on me, and I'm really not sure why. But if he would ever see this, CM Punk, you're doing good work, so please keep it going. I love it how you're very raw, very savage towards the Rock and Cena. One thing, I was listening to Jim Cornette, and they were listening to the Rock's skirmish, not skirmish. It was the press conference after the pay-per-view, and all I kept screaming was when they asked him a question about this angle, had it always been Cena that was going to turn. Guys, that's a kayfabe question. What the Rock should have said was, sorry, that's kayfabe, I can't really talk about that. Because that lets the story, if he would say, yeah, it was Cena that was going to turn the whole time, well, now you just let the cat out of the bag that you never had any intentions of taking Cody's soul and that kind of thing. So I don't know how to feel about that conference after the pay-per-view, other than The Rock went way too long, way too long. And Rock, you were in the business, you're third generation. You should know that keeping kayfabe is the most important thing. And I'm not trying to be mean to The Rock or anything, but you know about kayfabe. And yeah, we may be in a day and age where kayfabe is kind of dead, but I don't think that you should go that extra mile to make sure that it's completely dead and kicking a dead horse. What the answer, in my opinion, if someone had asked me, hey, was John Cena going to turn the whole time? Was that your guy? I'd be like, sorry, I can't answer that. That's kayfabe. That's kayfabe. To even ask that question, it's kayfabe. So, I mean, let's keep a little decorum here, guys. I mean, remember that you're still trying to tell a story that John Cena turned after 20 years of being a babyface. 20 years later, And I think it was a little more than 20 years actually. But anyway, point of the matter is try to keep a little kayfabe in the back pocket. At least, try to have that storytelling. You don't want to tell the crowd, oh, by the way, we're just all faking it. That's how I feel like with modern wrestling today. It just seems like everyone's like, oh, by the way, we're faking it. That's not how wrestling should be. You want a little kayfabe. You want to be able to tell a story. And then the fact that The Rock was literally sitting there saying it was the best angle, excuse me, the best angle he's ever seen, and hit all his years of wrestling. You just did it, Rock. You just did it. Like 10, 20 years from now, they may say, yeah, that was a great angle. That was a great shoot. And then the storyline. But you just got done doing that little bit. And, whenever, of course, John Cena comes and drops the mic, he doesn't say anything, which is good. Keep that kayfabe. That was a good angle. I don't think Cena should have came out and said, all this stuff, and then, the truth and stuff. We don't want the truth. Fans want the storyline. And we want to watch these guys, fight over whatever they're fighting over. That's why we started watching pro wrestling in the first place. And yeah, I may be old school, but keep a little kayfabe in your back pocket, because you have to at least admit that you're trying to tell a story. You can't just come out in the press scrum, I think they call it, and say, oh, by the way, there's no kayfabe. John is John and blah. I mean, he kind of did answer in a roundabout question. I just would have said, I'm sorry, I can't answer that because it's kayfabe. Or whatever, and people don't have to know what you're talking about. But I mean, he circled around the question for at least 5 minutes and then kept drinking his tequila. I'm okay with that. He can drink whatever he wants, The Rock. I'm talking. But if you're going to sit there and answer questions that are literally kayfabe based, stuff you wouldn't want to reveal to an audience outside of pro wrestling, because now you just gave the game away. You just literally, everyone's like, oh, I knew it was Cena the whole time. Don't do that, Rock. Don't give don't put the cart before the horse. Don't do that. That's not worth it. Just excuse me for a second. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and just watch a couple of clips. I have some stuff pulled up. Piper, Dusty Rhodes, a little bit of Rick Rude in there. And then I would like to watch the Ricky Steamboat and Rick Rude dark match that I found on YouTube. So let's go ahead and get started with that. Share screen. Okay. And this is my ex, so forgive me if, this, I think this is only this is less than a minute. So it's Dusty Rhodes hitting Larry Zbyszko with a bionic elbow, as we all know, because that was Dusty for you. So let me make sure my volume is up. My volume is up. All right, here we go.
Larry Zbyszko, not one of the favorites anytime he climbs in the ring, but that's not his concern at all.
A young Dusty and a young Larry Zbyszko.
Uh-oh, elbow smash to the top of the head. Oh, my. Oh.
Whoops. Mule kick.
I'm not even going to try to describe that one. Look at the all-American dream.
No. Okay. That was a good one. All right. The next one we got is crowd is finally ready to cheer for Roddy Piper, his first match back after his 1986 hiatus. And he was ready to give them something they'd never seen before. Okay.
Oh, City. Another. Look at that.
That's a young Vince McMahon.
Wait a minute. Is that what?
Petrucci with one hand behind his back, literally. And that's what he's doing. He dared him. He said, slap me one more time with my head behind my back. Look at that.
Piper was a fighter.
AJ, earlier on with a series of slaps across the face of Piper. Piper snapped there. Look at this. I can't believe it. I've never seen anything like this.
Oh, there you go.
And he's keeping his head behind his back. I mean,
this according to a guy that spent 7 nights in Alcatraz, right?
listen to these fans. Listen to them. Oh, no. Oh, the chair on that table is broken. Piper with Petrucci. Outside, inside, he's everywhere. That's 5 pounds, and he's tough. He's been around. Piper.
Could beat you with one hand tied behind my back, so to speak.
To the side of the head. Roddy Piper on AJ Petrucci.
Ew.
Whoa.
Oh, he's slapping him. Ooh, that had to hurt. Slapped him right in the stomach.
Ooh, what a chop by Piper.
Well, you can forget slamming him. Can't slam him with one arm.
2 hands now. Piper goes.
There we go.
Oh, he leveled it.
And now you put your hand back between your... Piper was a character, let me tell you what. All right, so this one. How great is Rick Rude here, setting himself up, bumping in the most unique and compelling way imaginable for super styled offense, then selling the impact of it huge, even on offense, making Eric Watts look incredible and protecting himself in the process.
6'6", so he's got the height advantage, and that's one he's got to use.
That's Larry
You got to
Sabisco.
remember, the kid's just a rookie. And Rude.
Oh.
And Watts got down a 3-point stance and continues to hammer on that knee.
Wow.
Ravishing Rick Rude.
He's got Rude down, Jim, and he is going to town on that leg.
I'll tell you something.
Going
We know
on
what
that
this kid
knee,
wants.
yeah.
He wants the STF. That's his maneuver.
Well, he's setting him up for it. He's got Rude's leg in trouble.
He brings Rude right out here on the apron. And Rude able to counter there. The experienced veteran from Robbinsdale, Minnesota, having a little problem standing.
Well, he rolled Watts over and just brought the back of his heel down.
No, I don't know who's at ringside there. I'm not sure if that's
This is
Medusa
a
or
much
somebody
tougher
else.
contest, I'm sure, than Ravishing Rick Rude thought when he agreed to the matchup. We talked about Ron Simmons in jeopardy in this broadcast. Rick Rude has found himself there as well as he tries to widen the advantage, clubbing forearms right to the back, trying to drive the air out of the young kid.
Oh, yeah, keep the air out of him. You know, I know for a fact Rude did not expect this at all, and Watts is back on the ring.
Solid right hands.
You know, Watts is a big kid. You don't want him on his feet. You want to keep him down.
Rude barely able to stand, and Watts caught him with that close momentum here. And Rude caught him. He thumbed him right in the eye.
You like scratch his head?
Great counter. Again, focusing on Rude's
Oh,
leg,
we love you,
on
Rude.
his knee.
Rude.
Watts crossbody. Oh, nobody there.
Me.
And Watts all the way out to the concrete floor.
Eric Watts telegraphed that, Jim, and Rude read
And
it.
you missed.
Rude read it. Little over anxious, maybe.
Kind of looks like
I'm not
Medusa
sure.
there.
Watts
I'm
laid
not
it right on
sure.
the concrete floor. Rude limps out to it. And Rude, what's he going to do here? Wait a minute. He's trying to set him for the Rude Awakening. Can he do it? Here on the floor. And he
Boom.
He stepped it off on him.
Man.
The Rude Awakening. And that.
Wow. The Rude Awakening, man. Okay. So, last one we're going to watch here is Bobby Heenan manages Ric Flair at ringside while the Nature Boy takes on Mr. Perfect at MSG. Sergeant Slaughter then drags the Brain to the back. This, of course, was after Flair had already lost his loser leave town match. So there you go. Let's go ahead and this is only 1:45 long, so not too long. Ooh, that's loud. Yeah, whoa. Oh, he's going to hit Flair's own figure 4. Come on, Mr. Perfect. Bobby's at ringside, but, you know. Come on, Curt. He's got that figure 4. Flair's trying to fight out of it. Flair's trying to get to the rope. The referee kicked him off. Here comes Slaughter. Oh, he gave him brass knucks. He gave him brass knucks. I thought that was Slaughter over here. It's not. Oh, the Sergeant Slaughter just came out. You gotta leave, Brain. You gotta leave. Hey, bye, Brain. Ooh. Those chops. I'm glad I didn't have to feel that from Mr. Perfect. All right. All right. I had to show that one at least. And then I want to show this because it's like a press scrum between Rick Rude. It's like I would say this is almost like a backstage brawl. Whether it was real or not real. I do know that him and Sting, Rick Rude and Sting had issues. So let's just watch this. It's not very long.
I got no reason to drink with you. I got no reason. He wins the world title. All of a sudden, he's too good to drink with me. You'll drink with me when I tell you to. You'll drink with me when I tell you to. You think you're too good? Why don't we just do it right now, then? You want a piece of me now? Yeah.
Come on, get him, Rick. Get him, Rick. And nobody's breaking it up, so this had to be staged. But I did hear of a real fight between Sting and Rick Rude. Come on, Rick. Get him. Wow. Okay. Yeah, I do like that press scrum between those two. Again, this is my Black Magic Talk X. If you guys are interested, there's all my stuff, and then of course, the Nobody Beats Mr. Perfect Nobody. You can take a look at that. I have some, I always have pictures of Curt on there, and then of course, we are currently on episode 75, but when this comes out, we won't be, of course. All right, so I'm going to stop sharing that, and we're going to move on. Like I said, I do want to just show this dark match between Ricky Steamboat and Rick Rude. I think it's a pretty cool one. And then I want to show where Bobby Heenan kind of storms out of Primetime Wrestling. He always, for some reason, they always do it, in the middle of Curt's matches. So Mr. Perfect was battling a jobber, and Bobby Heenan walks away from Primetime Wrestling. So, and this is kind of where he gets his own show. So, let me push a button here. All right. I hope you guys can see that. All right. So this is about 14 minutes. Not sure if there's any music in here, but for those who are on YouTube, you guys will not hear this. You will only see it. It's a dark match, so it probably doesn't have commentary. I will try to provide as much commentary. So here we go. It's Rick Rude and Ricky Steamboat. Tying up in the corner. Now the ref's trying to break him up. Come on, Rick. Ricky Steamboat and, of course, Rick Rude. And this is WCW, looks like. Yeah, it is WCW. Just eyeing each other up right now. Oh, headlock. Ricky Steamboat in the headlock. Oh, Ricky Steamboat's trying to power out. He's trying to power out. Almost. Nope, Rick got him. Rick got him. Back in the headlock. Back in the headlock. Oh, Ricky's trying to get out again. Leapfrog. Trying to sunset flip, and Ricky Steamboat gets him. And head into the corner. Rick, the ultimate heel, takes 10 to the turnbuckle, the top turnbuckle. Hiya! Ricky Steamboat got him again. And a flip over. Now, this is a neck, no, chin lock. Oh, chop. Got Ricky Steamboat now with the headlock. Takeover headlock. Rick Rude trying to power out of it. Trying to get Steamboat. Oh. He's trying to get out of this headlock. Oh, grabbing the hair. Rick's grabbing the hair. You kind of can't do that, Rick. They kind of frown upon that. Oh, and Steamboat comes back. Almost a 2 count. A 2 count. Still in the headlock. He's still in the headlock. Rick is still in the headlock. Still in the headlock. Rick doing everything he can to get out of this headlock. Oh, down in the breadbasket. And flip over, headlock. A 2 count. Both competitors looking good tonight. Here we go. Headlock. Ricky Steamboat still got the headlock. Off the ropes and suplex by Rick Rude. Here comes Rick Rude back again. In the back of Ricky Steamboat. Oh, right to the eyes. Flip over. Oh, here's a chin lock. Sitting on the small of the back. He is sitting on the small of the back. Rick Rude doing a good job here. Ricky Steamboat trying to come back. He's trying to come back. He's up to knees. He's reaching for the rope. Can Ricky Steamboat do it? No. Rick Rude comes down on the small of the back. And a little posing. A little posing. And reverse chin lock again. He's up. Oh, Rick takes a face full of turnbuckle. Face full of turnbuckle. Now, Ricky Steamboat on top. Slam. And Rick Rude giving a couple of clotheslines here to the second rope. Rick Rude's on the second rope. Can he do this high-risk move? Can he do it? Oh, clothesline from the second rope. And 1, 2, oh. Kick out by Ricky Steamboat. Excuse me. I almost said Rick Rude. And a bear hug from Rick Rude to Ricky Steamboat. Can he get out? The crowd is behind him. The crowd is with Ricky Steamboat. Crowd really behind him now. Still in the, oh, Ricky's trying to get out of it. He's trying to get out of the hold. Trying to get out of that hold. There we go. He is out now. Rick is going to the small of the back. And a scoop slam. Rick Rude doing good here. Looks excellent today. He's got him. Rick Rude's got Ricky Steamboat. He's got him in an abdominal stretch. He's in an abdominal stretch. Oh, Ricky's trying to get out of it. Referee's asking if he wants to quit. Oh, and there goes Rick Rude. He's out of the abdominal stretch, Ricky Steamboat. And down on his face goes Rick Rude. Rick Rude is trying to get up. Ricky's on the second rope. Oh, no. Rick Rude got him in the red basket. And a sleeper. Sleeper from Rick Rude. Oh, Ricky's coming back. Oh. Sunset flip. No. Rude misses with a punch. Oh, Ricky's with a coastline. 1, 2. Kick out at 2. All a 2 count. Two. There's another 2 count from Ricky Steamboat. And a suplex. 1, 2. Another kick out from Rick Rude. And looks like pile driver maybe. No. Rick's fighting it. Pile driver from Rick Rude. Ricky's fighting it. Ricky Steamboat's fighting it. Oh, Ricky Steamboat with a pile driver. Medusa gets up to distract the referee. Pile driver for Ricky Steamboat. Medusa is distracting the ref. 1, 2. Kick out at 2. 2 count is all he gets. Kick out from Rick Rude. And Medusa brought over the top rope by Ricky Steamboat in a dress. In a dress, nonetheless. Hey, that rhymed. That was pretty darn good. Oh, Medusa up over Ricky Steamboat's head, and Rick Rude saves her. He almost got the pin on Ricky Steamboat. And Rick Rude is going for the Rude Awakening. Ricky's fighting it. Ricky Steamboat is trying to fight it. Oh, net breaker on Rick Rude. 1, 2. Foot on the ropes from Medusa. Medusa put his foot on the rope. She put Rick Rude's foot on the rope. And a scoop suplex. Scoop slam. Top rope. Ricky's on the top rope. Referee's not going to let him do it. Oh! Rick Rude got his feet up into Ricky Steamboat's face. Oh, it's the Rude Awakening. 1, 2, 3. Medusa pulls the Ricky Steamboat's foot off. Oh, wow. Okay, so Rick is still United States champion. I just wanted to stop that fast. What a great match between Ricky Steamboat and, of course, Rick Rude. Now, Medusa would play a big role there as she would push Ricky Steamboat's foot off of the ropes. Interesting. Very, very interesting. That was actually a great match, I think, between the two. Yeah. Wow. That was awesome. And that was a dark match, y'all. That was no commentators. That's why I tried. For those who are watching at home, I tried to, commentate there a little bit. My commentating is not so good. I'm not really a commentator, but I do know the moves. I know the moves and stuff. So, that was a good one. Rick being that ultimate heel. All right. Give me a 5-minute break, and I'm going to get everything ready, and I'll catch you on the flip side. Okay, guys, we're back. All right, so let's go ahead and do this now. Excuse me, for everyone who is listening to the audio, we're on Primetime Wrestling. This is Season 5, Episode 29, July 7th, 1989. I am 12 minutes and 34 seconds in. You're going to see Gorilla and Piper here. Again, this is when Bobby Heenan walked off the set. We're going to watch that first. And then, of course, we will go into the match. So here we go.
Formal warning issued by WWF President Jack Tunney and
I like it. And I'm going to formally warn that the president says that Mr. Ronnie Garvin will never be able.
get him out of there, man. I'm glad we finally got a referee. I'm so tired. Guys, I used to be in there. Of course, I never cheated. But I know other guys that would cheat. And they would pull trunks and stuff. I'm glad we finally got enough referee in there to just knock you right on your back.
Assert himself.
Assert. Yeah.
Last week,
Yeah.
right here, you saw Bobby the Brain Heenan leave Primetime Wrestling. Not only that, he left Challenge as well. Let's take a look.
Smell, too.
Okay, let's put it this way.
All right, so there's Curt with a jobber.
With you and taking your verbal abuse. Trying to put me down. I'll tell you something right now.
Wait a minute now.
Shavani, you're no better than him.
Curt looks great, as always.
Forget the ring. You stuck into a job here. You two are trying to squeeze me out. Monsoon, you can take this job. You can do play-by-play. You can do color. You can be the analyst. And I'll tell you something. You can have this job. You can shut it. Because I'm going to be very simple. I'm leaving. And you're going to both be on your hands and
I'm sick and tired of you threatening.
Why is it always during a Curt or Mr. Perfect match?
Do not leave. Do not
Let
leave.
him leave if he wants to leave.
Yeah, exactly. You tell him, Curt. Why does it always have to be during your matches, right?
And I'm not going to come back on. So you take this.
Just go if you want to go. You want to go, get out.
Goodness.
Gorilla, listen to the ovation. He's leaving.
Look at him. Well, Bobby the Brain Heenan
Give me back, Tony. He does this all the time.
walking away. Gorilla, I'm sorry. He just quit.
Said he quit, huh?
Yeah.
Well, I hope so. Let's put it that way, Tony. I hope so. Well, he's always constantly complaining, constantly agitating. When he's not going down to the ring, he's up here creating chaos.
In the ring, Mr. Perfect, and there's no doubt.
Yeah, Mr. Perfect's in the ring. Bobby, why do you have to do this during Mr. Perfect match, right? So it's like you get a Mr. Perfect match for one.
Great execution from Mr. Perfect. Each and every blow is right on target.
Well, if Heenan was perfect like this guy is, I could put up with him, I think, Tony. But he's the fountain of misinformation that he is. I think it's terrific that he's gone. I just hope it's permanent.
Well, I've enjoyed working with you, and even though his role as analyst was one that he didn't like, I enjoyed working with him, but he's quit. Just walked out.
I'll tell you what, the analyst needs psychiatric care, Tony. He needs help, really. When you've seen him here, you know what he's like.
You know why I'm perfect. Now you know.
No, we know why you're perfect.
I think all the fans realize his ability, and certainly right now taking charge.
You know, a lot of guys say they can do it perfectly in the ring, but they can't back it up. This guy can.
He really can back it up, and he is going to work. Good reversal there. Coming out of the corner.
Oh, I got caught.
Got caught with a hard slam.
But look how quick he got up, Tony. He's quick. He's agile. He knows he doesn't want to
Mr. Perfect is quick and agile, yes.
To the other corner. Mr. Perfect. Wait,
He's I'll tell you another thing.
What?
I'll have my own program, and you'll back.
Why do you have to do this during a Mr. Perfect match? I've been playing this. I've been playing the match. Perfect play. 1, 2, 3.
He couldn't even wait for the end of the match. He came
Perfect.
He is definitely severing all ties.
Okay. I'm not going to stop sharing. I'm just going to take a 5-minute break again to get it to the match with Hercules. So I'll see you in 5. Hey, Mr. Perfect fans, welcome back. All right, we are ready to go. So, for those listening to only the audio, we are at 52 minutes and 55 seconds. You should see Piper's face there. We're just came back from Bobby Heenan talking about his new show that was coming up. So, the Bobby Heenan show would be right after this. But this does the Piper part. We'll go into the match with Curt and Hercules. Here we go.
Following primetime wrestling tonight, see the debut of the Bobby Heenan show. I'm sort of anxious.
Well, I'm kind of anxious. Of course, when I go to the bathroom, I get anxious. But nevertheless, you know, I understand it's you can keep that on there. It's Studio B, and now I
Piper, you are
Studio
straight.
B means you do your own hair, your own lights, carry around the equipment. He says, I gotta do everything around here. That's because nobody wants nothing to do with you. Well, nice blonde hair. Too bad you're going to have to dye the roots blonde.
Feature time here this week on Primetime Wrestling. Let's go to it.
Wrestling Federation. And there's a lot to be said for that record. To have a completely clean record, no marks in the loss column, is a spectacular feat here in the WWF, to say the least.
What? Stop.
Yeah, and he has been
Don't be
with the
pointing
World
at
Wrestling
people you don't
Federation
need to
for
be
over a year
pointing
now,
at.
Tony.
Right.
In order to do that, you really have to be able to live up to what you claim. Thus far, he certainly has.
How will he be able to keep that record intact tonight? He had some gum in his mouth that he just batted into the stands here.
That would become his trademark.
And he's going up against a mighty man, is Mr. Perfect. That man, Hercules, who is not intimidated at all. He gets a slap in the face to start things out. So now we know where he stands. And I'm sure that man knows also.
Whoa.
Display the arrogance of Mr. Perfect. But he decided to take a quick exit.
What a great heel.
Quite happy with himself, Tony.
Yes,
You would be happy too. Now be quiet.
He fired up the rage inside Hercules.
Again, don't be making fun of Mr. Perfect now.
Mr. Perfect down on the floor, taking his time, and the referee moving Hercules back.
Hi-cha.
No doubt about the caliber of athlete of Mr. Perfect, nor no doubt about the caliber of athlete of the mighty Hercules.
Well, Mr. Perfect claims he has never made an error.
Come on,
in the
Mr.
ring.
Perfect.
Tony, you have called a few of his matches. Have you ever seen any imperfection?
No
I
thanks.
think he's had some moves that he would like to take back.
No, wait a minute.
He certainly wouldn't admit to.
Not at all. Down he goes on the other side.
Kurt's face is like electric.
You know, it would be an ideal, a perfect situation to have everything go.
His
according
facial
to plan. I
expressions.
really don't think any wrestler in the World Wrestling Federation could do that. Everybody comes in with a game plan, but you always have to adjust depending on your opponent.
Well, that's certainly true, Tony. And true confidence is a very important part.
Got him by the hair. Oh, missed. Missed.
To new heights.
Out he goes on the far side. The tone of the fans does not damper his arrogance at all.
Not one bit. Posing outside of the ring. Doing his walk. Training, I think you would call that, Tony.
I think so. I think we can say, though, that he is in control of this match and doing exactly what he wants.
Yeah, here comes Mr. Perfect.
Is to frustrate the mighty Hercules. I believe he has
That's a good strategy.
But Hercules stalking his opponent.
Okay. What the world?
Referee J.A. Hebner.
Miss.
Watch out from behind.
Ah!
The referee calling for the break, and he's pushed to the turnbuckle. And a big hip toss out of there. Into the ropes.
Wait a minute.
The upper body straight to Hercules, and he grows tired of the tactics of Mr. Perfect.
It's a shame to see this in a way, Sean, because Mr. Perfect is a tremendous wrestler, but he is obviously wants that evasive type tactic more than another tactic in this match.
Mr. Perfect trying to regain his composure. Now there comes the grin of arrogance on the part of Mr. Perfect, trying to remain cool and calm. But Tony, I wouldn't be surprised if deep inside he's not a little bit worried at this point after being lifted completely off his feet and thrown into the corner and then hip tossed halfway across the ring.
Oh. That was a little delayed there.
Right from behind.
I wonder if he told him about that. Hey, that was a little delayed.
To the chest.
Series of blows.
In the midsection. Hercules.
Oh.
And down on the floor goes Mr. Perfect.
Come on, Mr. Perfect.
Each man matched blow for blow until that final right by the mighty Hercules.
Oh, he stepped on his face. What's that all about? What the what?
Close to the apron also that time.
Man.
Come on in here, Perfect. Let's go. Whoa.
Yeah, no.
That right connected. Right to the jaw of Mr. Perfect. He spent more time outside of the ring, Tony, I think, than in.
No doubt about that. Hercules getting the fans behind him.
Hercules wants it back in.
So do the fans.
Back out again. Curt's playing mind games with this boy.
10 count. And Mr. Perfect stepping in just in the nick of time.
Oh.
And then stepping out.
That's a cheap shot. Oh, boy.
Brought in the hard way.
It really was. So they shot in. And now, by the hair. Face first in the turnbuckle. Again. And again.
Oh.
One notch.
He kind of let him through that. I guess he had to. I don't know if Hercules knew he was going to hit all three buckles and then the the corner of the mat.
Curt Hennig. Mr. Perfect is hurt.
Oh.
Now,
come on, Mr.
Hercules
Perfect.
using the power here. And then arm with the side headlock as he looks right into our camera. Hercules with all the power now. And if Mr. Perfect was trying to get away from him earlier, he certainly needs to now.
Oh, we hear people talking. I think somebody's talking to somebody. I don't know who's talking to who, but.
He's holding on tight to that side headlock. Grinding away.
He squeezes the head again, and now just continues to squeeze.
Oh. That's not overselling. That's selling.
Yeah. Once again, side headlock. And fans may look at that and say, hey, why didn't he go for that full Nelson from behind? He was right behind Mr. Perfect that time, but he opted now to go with a side headlock. That seems to be working.
Hercules, well known.
Oh, can't grab the hair.
But opted to go back to the side headlock to wear Mr. Perfect down even more. Dave Hebner moves in to ask Mr. Perfect. He's had enough.
Get him. Get him,
Back
Mr.
to the
Perfect.
corner, and now the break called for by Dave Hebner.
Aye, right in the stomach.
Reversal.
Oh, ow.
And he hit hard.
Yeah, that tripped the
Oh, boy.
Here at the Nassau Coliseum. And
No.
coming alive.
Oh.
Again.
Not the back. Not the back.
Nearly to the center of the ring.
No. Foot on the ropes.
The only thing that saved Mr. Perfect was a foot on the ropes. You could see Mr. Perfect is really hurting that.
And that display showing what a ring veteran Mr. Perfect is, knowing where he was and getting that foot up. Reaching down, full force with the right. Hercules coming out strong.
The side, right to the bear hug. Well, we've seen many bear hugs here. And here's another one from the mighty Hercules as Mr. Perfect is clinched in.
Well, look at that face, Tony. Fighting.
Come on, Curt.
Hercules
Gotta
really
get out
locked
of
his
this bear
hug
hug.
on. And took full advantage when he came into his arm so you could see him squeeze right away so that Mr. Perfect had no opportunity to try and fight the initial clamp.
Right to the head.
Come on, Curt.
Now, Hercules staggering on the ropes to the far side. Mr. Perfect still holding onto his back. There's Hercules. Good shot to the eyes for Mr. Perfect to get out of that.
Hercules may not be able to see out of that eye at the moment. And Mr. Perfect goes right after Hercules, backs him in the corner.
Oh.
As it is Mr. Perfect who recovers first.
Mr. Perfect, after Hercules, tries to pick him up. You can
No, boy.
Here's how it's done.
That really had to hurt.
The hard way.
Not the back, not the back.
And down hard.
Superior upper body strength.
Wait a minute.
Hercules
That's right. Wait a minute.
tossed him aside like a sack of potatoes.
Can we wait a minute?
A stomp on the chest. And again.
Hercules in trouble.
Oh, come on, Mr. Perfect.
The impact of those blows, Tony, sending Mr. Perfect snapping down to the canvas with each blow, and he's just crawling out of the ring. Still at ringside, Hercules catches him.
Right hand to the head. Watch out, Hercules. Working on Mr. Perfect, who grabs the head, uses the apron.
There we go. Come on, Curt.
Down on the head, thus the throat on the top rope.
And Hercules fighting.
2 out. A 2 count.
It's got a big kick out.
I think ref was going, are you okay, Curt? Yeah, I'm fine.
But still Hercules down on his knees. Mr. Perfect going to work. But he's trying to get up. He is up. Even with a blow on the trapezius muscles, he stands up, retreats to the corner, which may have been a mistake, as Mr. Perfect wails away into the corner.
Well, Hercules well known for his resiliency, his ability to take a beating and continually able to come back. But one does have to wonder how much can he take.
Come on, Mr. Perfect.
Mr. Perfect at this point, dishing it out. And as we have seen before, he shows no mercy.
Good block. Right hand. Another one in the right hand. And again,
Oh.
3 in a row.
Oh. Oh.
Mr. Perfect still staggering.
Damn.
Pulls the tights and gets him out of the way. Well, that was not a bad move at all. Stretching the rules there, maybe, but
A desperation move on the part of Mr. Perfect.
Get him.
That man will do whatever it takes to win a match. And he goes right after the mighty one.
even with a blow on the trapezius muscles,
Oh.
he stands up, retreats to the corner, which may have
Get him, Curt.
as Mr. Perfect wails away into the corner.
Well, Hercules well known for his resiliency, his ability to take a beating
Oh.
and continually
Come on, Curt.
come back. But one does have to wonder how much can he take. Mr. Perfect at this point dishing it out. And as we have seen before, he shows no mercy.
Good block. Right hand. Another one in the right hand. And again, 3 in a row.
Get him. Get him, Curt.
Mr. Perfect still
Whee!
pulls the tights and gets him out of the way. Well, that was not a bad move.
Yeehaw.
Stretching the rules there, maybe, but
A desperation move on the part of Mr. Perfect. That man will do whatever it takes to win a match.
All right, come on, Curt.
And he goes right after the mighty one.
Hercules finds himself there. Big disadvantage. Face first he goes again. He's in trouble. Mr. Perfect.
I think this one goes to a draw. I'm not sure.
Just,
Dave Hebner beginning the count.
Ooh. Watch the back.
take the count out here, I think, Sean.
That has to hurt.
Keep the record perfect.
Of course, he wouldn't be out with a back injury till 91, so.
He was going after the toe that time.
And severely reprimanded by Dave Hebner, the referee.
No, 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 no.
Hebner ushering the man back again. It appeared Mr. Perfect was going to try to climb the turnbuckle and go over the top of the floor.
Looked like Curt was going to hit the referee.
Hercules on the apron.
Oh.
Really vulnerable right there. But he's tied up in the ropes.
Come on, Mr.
Slips
Perfect.
away, and that's fortunate for him. Mr. Perfect very deliberate now.
Going very dangerous territory on the apron.
Oh.
Talk about Hercules being a heavy hitter. What about those blows?
Not a bad move. Not a bad move.
On the part of Mr. Perfect.
That's because Mr. Perfect knows what he's doing.
Snaps those forearms across the chest. Hercules is down once again. On the arena floor.
There's a look at him, getting up on one knee now on both feet.
See right there, Tony, again glancing to the heavens, reaching down,
Oh.
getting strength from above.
Oh, and again.
Right hand. Back in.
Oh. Come on,
And
Curt.
Mr. Perfect goes tumbling the other way. And now the mighty Hercules getting his strength from who knows where. With an uppercut, put Mr. Perfect on the top rope.
Mm.
And right now, he's first game.
Ay, ay, ay.
Series of body blows,
Come on,
headshots.
Curt was a great seller. No
All
doubt
over
about
Mr.
that.
Perfect.
Oh.
Hercules has come back strong.
His moves are so lethal. Look at that clothesline. And again.
At one, Tony, a complete 360 by Mr. Perfect. And cut the record. But the streak ends.
There's the bell. The bell is sounding.
Is that a submission or what?
No, it comes to a draw.
Talking now to the timekeeper and to Howard Finkel, the ring announcer. What's going on here? Let's go down and get the official word on this.
Ladies and gentlemen, the time limit has expired, and I have the referee's official decision.
Okay.
It's a draw.
He has ruled this bout a draw.
Mr. Perfect can't believe it, but in reality,
By the seat of his pants.
Right there.
Well, apparently, time ran out. 20-minute time limit, Tony.
Obviously, nothing settled there. The time
Okay, so we're gonna stop sharing there. So yeah, that was a great one. At least I thought so. I always think that Curt has the greatest of matches, and of course, we were watching. Like I said, there at the end, we were watching. Or not the end, but at the beginning there, one of Curt's matches on Wrestling Challenge, and Bobby Heenan decided he wants to walk away. I'm like, why do you always do this during Mr. Perfect, matches and stuff like that? Well, guys, we've come to the end of another wonderful episode. I just want to let everyone know that on Curt's birthday, we will be having a special, very, very, very special episode. It's a special episode because, I may just do it as a regular episode, but it's going to come out on Friday, the March 28th. So this will probably come out on the 23rd. So what we're going to do is we are going to, actually, I don't know. I might skip the 23rd. We'll see. I'm going to figure it out, but we definitely will have a special birthday episode for Curt because March 28th is his birthday. It's on a Friday this year. I will be having special guests. I'm not going to ruin the surprise because, again, we're going to, I think what I'm going to do is have this come out on March 23rd, and then we'll have another episode come out on the 28th. So, so we're going to have special guests. Again, I'm not going to, my lips are sealed. It's a surprise. It's a surprise for Curt's birthday. But March 28th, we will be having a very special birthday bash again this year on Curt's birthday. And if for you Rumble folks, you will be hearing me sing happy birthday to Curt because it was his birthday on March. It would be his birthday, his 67th. It would be if he hadn't passed on, he would be 67 this year. So I hope you guys will all join me for that very special episode of, Nobody Beats Curt Hennig. Nobody. And, well, that's it for me. Everyone's going to hear shameless plugs. And of course, you guys on YouTube will hear that little rhetoric at the end where we tell, I just tell you that the outro music is literally AI generated. I have to do that per YouTube so that no one thinks that I just came up with that. I mean, if I was singing it on my own, it would be like Rumble, but I mean, happy birthday is copyrighted. So, but anyway, to Curt, we'll have a very special birthday episode coming out, and I hope everyone has a great week, and we'll see you next time for another very special episode of Nobody Beats Curt Hennig. Nobody. And remember, everyone, nobody beats Mr. Perfect. Nobody. Bye, guys. Okay, guys, this is where we're going to do some shameless plugs here. So the first shameless plug, if you could please go over to my other show, which is Black Magic Talk. I will put the links in all the description fields. If you could just kind of browse it, if you are not only a wrestling fan, but you like Wicca or paganism, and you'd like to learn more about it. We just did some recent episodes. So if you'd like to hop over there, just click the link in the description field. If you would like to give to the Black Magic Talk Patreon, that link will be in the description field. And again, if you would like to have a tarot reading on the show, you can DM me on X. My link for that X will be in the description field. If you would like to do one off the show, you can also just DM me and I will give you my rate. My co-host is Matt Collins. He can also give you a tarot reading on the show or off the show. If it's on the show, all you would have to do is become a Patreon supporter for $5 a month. You get all kinds of perks. And again, we can let you know when you can come on the show. And if you'd like to do it off the show, Matt can definitely give you his rating for doing tarot. The next shameless plug I would like to do is, of course, Pro Wrestling Talk will always be on Saturday nights, 8 p.m. Eastern Time. It is scheduled to change, but Angel and I will let you know on the Wrestling X. So if you would like to DM us at any time, me and Angel, my link will be in the description field for my Wrestling X, and that is for Pro Wrestling Talk, and also for this podcast, Curt Hennig Was the Best, Changed My Mind. If you would like to give to the Patreon, I have for Curt Hennig Was the Best, Changed My Mind. Again, you can go and look in the description field. It should be there. I have $1, $3, $5, and $10. The other show is just $1, $5, and $10. Or no, I'm sorry, it's $3, $5, and $10, I think. I'm not sure. I'd have to double check. But if you could give, thank you in advance. If you'd like to ask any questions for Pro Wrestling or Black Magic Talk, you are free to direct message me on X, or Angel, my host for Pro Wrestling Talk. Again, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time every Saturday, unless it is scheduled to change, but we will definitely let you know beforehand. So, of course, this show, I'm going to do a shameless plug for this show. Again, $1, $3, $5, and $10 you can contribute on Patreon. If you would like to give on Cashapp, I will take donations on Cashapp, but direct message me on X if you would like to do that, and I will give you my handle. So if you have any questions like about the show or any technical questions, you can always direct message me on my X, and I will try to get back to you as soon as possible. The next shameless plug I would like to do is for Hardlands Media, Kit Cabello, someone I call a good friend of mine. Please check him out. He is Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. Central, and that would be 10 p.m. Eastern. So 9 a.m. Central, he is Monday through Friday, sometimes Saturday, depending on when you can catch him in a good mood for a Saturday brunch. If he does do Saturday brunch, I usually am sleeping or at work, so but check him out. He's really good on politics, and I have the pleasure of calling him friend. Some more shameless plugs. If you could also subscribe to Angel in the Afternoon, he does a great job on politics as well, and that's Angel in the Afternoon, and he's usually on 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time every Friday. That is also scheduled to change. If you have any questions about it, he'll usually let you know. And he will definitely, you can direct message him if you need to get a hold of him. The last one is Deconstructing. His name is Dave. I really recommend him too. He has a little podcast on YouTube. All you'd have to look up is Deconstructing Topics, and he does some really good stuff. I really recommend you guys check him out. Subscribe to everybody I just said here, and check them out. And remember, everyone, nobody beats Mr. Perfect. Nobody. Hey, Curt Hennig fans, just want to let you know that the ending outro song is AI generated. Again, it is AI generated. Thank you all for listening. And remember, everyone, no one beats Mr. Perfect. Nobody.
He walked into the ring, a legend set to soar. In the flashing lights you could hear the crowd roar. With a twinkle in his eye, a swagger in his stride, Curt Hennig, he was more than a star in their eyes. From the farms of Minnesota to the wrestling hall, he stood undefeated through it all. A father, a friend, a hero we'd see, perfect in the memories for you and me. He was Mr. Perfect, never missing a beat. With every match, he rise to his feet. Though he's gone now, a hero we'd see, perfect in the memories for you and me. In the quiet of the evening, stars shining bright, you'd hear tales of his glory long into the night. With a grip like a vice and a smile that gleamed, he lived every moment like out of a dream. His days in the sun and the nights in the cold, stories of Curt never grow old. Remember the laughter, battles hard fought, perfectly missed, but never forgot. He was Mr. Perfect, never missing a beat. With every match, he rose to his feet. Though he's gone now, a hero we'd see, perfect in memories for you and me. He was Mr. Perfect, never missing a beat. With every match, he rose to his feet. Though he's gone now,